welcome to our Monday Night Yoga, and we thank Mercy Health Stepping Out program for sponsoring our class. My name is Michelle, and we're gonna go ahead and get right in. We're just trying to quiet our minds, quiet our insides as we just start with our breath and just listen to the sound of it going in and out. With every exhale, try to just release and let go of more thoughts. Press both palms together at our heart center. We'll let our chin sink to our chest and set our intention for our practice today. Think about what you hope to get out of your time on the mat. What brought you to your mat in the first place? Lift our head, bring our left hand to our heart, our right hand to our belly, and return to that breath. And as we take a big inhale, you're going to press into the hand that's on your tummy, filling up the core with air. And then as we exhale, you're going to press those muscles towards your spine, expelling all of the air out of our body. And inhale, nice and slow and controlled. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll slide both of our hands so that they're encircling our rib cage. And this time as we inhale, we're going to see if we can make those ribs spread open a little bit. So our breathing is going to change from down low in our diaphragm, and we're going to move it up to our lungs. So as we inhale, see if you can feel those lungs, those rib cage expand. Finally, go ahead and bring our fingertips up to our collarbones here. And as we inhale, this time we're going to inhale so deep that we feel it up into our shoulders. So as we inhale, and you exhale, release the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Exhale. We're going to do a few breaths now where we feel that air move all the way up. So as we begin the inhale, feel it coming first from low. So inhale, remember we're expanding the belly. Now expand the ribs. And all the way up to our shoulders. And then as we exhale, we'll go the opposite. Let those rib cage squeeze back in And really pull that tummy into our spine. And we'll try to go up again. And down. And return to your natural breath. We'll inhale our hands up. Exhale our hands forward. And just gently fold forward. You can begin by bending those elbows as far as feels comfortable. Wherever you are, try to relax that back. Let that neck nice and loose and your head's just heavy. Rolling back up to our seated position. When we switch our legs this time, we're going to shift back to the tailbone so we can come right into a boat pose. So we find that sweet spot where we can balance. See if you can have both feet up. If you're new at boat pose, maybe you just have the one foot up, but hopefully you can get both up. And there you go. If you're really good, go ahead and bring both hands up. Our back is nice and straight. Our shoulders are relaxed. Our hands are reaching down towards our feet. We're going to tap down to our left side, our right side, our left side, right, 3 times. And that's our third. And come back up to center. As we bring our legs back down, cross them the opposite direction. Now what's the opposite direction, right? And we'll inhale our hands up. Exhale, forward fold. So bring those hands out first. Get all those tendons and ligaments in the right places, and then go ahead and relax. Bending those elbows as far as feels comfortable. Back is relaxed, neck is loose, and head is heavy. Roll back up to a seated position. Once again, rock back to that sweet spot. We'll bring our legs up. Hands up if you can. And when we dip down to the left side, we're going to straighten that right leg through center. Right side, dip the left leg. Center, that was 1. And 2. And 3. Excellent job. Go ahead and bring both feet down. We'll straighten those legs out into our staff pose. Sit up nice and tall, straight back. Feel that string coming out of your head up to the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed. And we can flex and point. Flex. Point and flex, point, and just melt towards your legs here, however far feels comfortable. Remember, we don't pull, we don't bounce, we just melt. We let the earth, the gravity, just do the stretch for us. And with every exhale, just try to let go a little bit more. Rolling up to a seated position, we'll draw that right leg in, let it cross over the left, hug it in with your left arm, and look over that right shoulder, keeping our back up nice and tall, into a spinal twist here. Release your bind as we come to the front, and we'll let that leg open all the way up to the side. Feel that stretch. You're gonna bring that hand in front, try to open up that leg a little bit. Now, if this is a good enough stretch for you, please just stay there. If you want to try to do the prep that will help us when we do our extended side angle later, we're gonna bring that right hand, the front hand, and you're gonna reach underneath your leg. And then we'll have that left hand reach behind our back and see if you can find the hand and the leg together. Oh, sorry, both hands together. We're not connecting any legs here. So see if we can pull up, opening up our chest. There you go. Stack those shoulders. One day we'll do a bird of paradise and we'll lift that right leg all the way up too. I see it in our future. All right, let's go ahead and release our bind, and we'll bring that leg back in and forward. Go ahead and shake it out. Pull that left leg in, let it cross over. Hug it with our right arm. Spinal twist on this side. Releasing the bind, we'll open up our left leg this time. Left hand comes in front of that foot. So again, if this already feels really good with the inside of your thigh, just go with this stretch. If you want, you can try to bring that left hand underneath the leg. You might need to walk that foot out a little bit there. Do what your body needs. And that right hand reaches back to see if you can get the hand. Now, once you get the hand, just like whenever we do our eagle arms and our open cow face, once we get the bind, then we need to position our bodies. So now we need to try to sit up and get those shoulders open, get them stacked, and see if you can look up towards the sky. Let that foot come forward. Shake it out. All right, let's go ahead and open to a wide-legged seat. Let me sit forward a bit here. We haven't done our side stretches, so we'll have that right arm come up and over, and we're gonna keep the shoulders stacked. Now this one, it's easy to pull the sits bones up, so be real careful. Keep that anchored down. And worry more about the stretch on the side and the spine than you are about how far you're coming over the leg. And just like we do when we're sitting, we're going to let those shoulders face the earth now. And as far out as you can, you're going to reach those hands out in front. We're gonna walk over to the other side, nice and slow. Appreciate the stretch. And when you get to the other side, we can open up those shoulders And do our stretch on this side. And pull all the way up. All right, let's swing those legs underneath us and we'll come to our tabletop. Make sure our knees are in alignment with our hips. So straight down and across, so they're that wide. Same thing with our wrists to our shoulders. Fingers are spread open wide, helping to disperse the weight from our wrists. Keep those shoulders active. And finally, our stomachs. Make sure the core stays nice and engaged, protecting the spine and helping with our balance. And go ahead into your cat and cow breathing if you're familiar with that. As we inhale into cow, we drop the belly and we look forward, making sure our shoulders stay active. And then as we exhale, we're going to tuck everything in. Tailbone and chin, arch that back up, getting all the air out before going back down to our cow. Big inhale, and back up to the cat. Just going back and forth between the two at your own pace. Listening to your body, spending time where it needs to. Finish one more set and we can meet in a neutral spine. We'll extend that right leg out, straight to our side. And we'll let our hips sink back to our heels. And we'll push back up to the tabletop. And we're going to rock back and forth 5 times. Once you've done your 5, you can draw that leg in. We'll extend the left leg out. Let the hips sink back to the heels on this side 5 times. Bring that left foot in as well. Let the knees go as wide as your mat. Our toes are touching. Hips sink back to our heels and our hands will stretch out in front as we go into an active child's pose. If it feels better tonight, go ahead and bring those hands in so they're underneath our forehead. We'll roll up to our tabletop. Plant the left hand so it's underneath our face. And that right hand is going to reach up to the ceiling in a spinal twist. Hands going as far apart from each other as possible. Look up to that right hand if you can. What's your tummy doing right now? See if you can pull it in a little bit harder. That right hand's gonna thread all the way up underneath that left arm. Rest on your right shoulder, right cheek. Left hand can reach to the top of your mat. And you can stay here, or you can do the bind where that left arm reaches all the way over our back, and see if you can find the inside of your right thigh. Once again, feel that shoulder opening up. Release our bind, press back up to the tabletop position. This time our right hand is under our face, left hand reaches up to the sky. Left hand threads underneath the right. So you're on your left shoulder, left cheek. Right hand reaches to the top of your mat. Already in a great place, or go ahead and bring that right arm around, finding the inside of your left thigh, opening up your shoulders. Release your bind. And we'll keep those hands out far in front of us so we can come down onto the forearms, and we'll just line up the legs so we can come into a puppy pose. So our legs are still in as if we're in tabletop. Our foreheads are resting, and we can stretch those arms out in front of us. So we have a child's pose on the top, tabletop on the bottom. Lots of work in our shoulders today. Shift our weight to the front here. So we're gonna go straight into a Sphinx pose. Well, with the arms, and you guys know what's coming. Step back with the right, step back with the left, and we're gonna come right into a plank. Drop the right knee and lift, left, right, left, 3, 4, and 5. And let's go ahead and lower down to our mat, all the way down to crocodile. Resting our forehead on our hands. We'll take that right hand out to our side. Walk those fingertips out a little bit more as we roll onto that right side, opening up that right shoulder. And roll back onto our tummies. And now the left hand can reach out, walk those fingertips out as you roll onto your left side. And back onto your tummy. Have both hands underneath our shoulders. And we're going to inhale all the way up to a cobra. Shoulders are down, elbows are in. Look forward. Go ahead and exhale back down to the earth. Inhale up. Exhale down. And one last one. Inhale up. down. We're gonna press up through tabletop. We'll go ahead and tuck those toes and press our hips up into the air for a downward facing dog. Walk our feet out. And our eyes are gonna be looking in between our feet so that our ears are right in between our arms. As we find stillness, make sure that pelvis is tilted forward a bit and that our heels are reaching towards the earth, which will straighten out our legs. And we'll walk our feet up to our hands. Keeping our knees bent gently, we're going to hang out here for a moment. So you can clasp your opposite elbows. Give it a little rock side to side. Release the hands and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time into our mountain pose. Imagine the energy flowing down our backs and up our front. So make sure that tailbone is tucked under. All four corners of our feet are equally engaged. Our thigh muscles are active and pulling up off of the knees. Our core is tight and our shoulders are pressed down and back. Tuck the chin in and make sure that the neck is in line with your spine. Inhale, both hands up. As you exhale, you're going to bring those hands back behind, interlace the fingers, and straighten those arms up. If that's too much, always you can just bring your hands to your hips. Open up the chest. And then you're going to fold forward and let those arms fall over our heads. Release the hands down. We're going to step back first with the right foot, then the left, downward facing dog. Shifting our weight to our left foot, let's go ahead and raise that right foot up into a three-legged dog. Hips stay square to the mat, so we don't want them stacked like we were going with our shoulders. We keep them flat. We're going to draw that knee in towards our chest. Arch that back up like you're in cat. And we're going to swing the foot all the way through and rotate the back foot so we can come into a warrior two. So we'll cartwheel those arms up. And we'll check all of our positions here. So make sure our body is directly in the center. Make sure our knee is over our foot and not rolled in, not too far. It's in line with our ankle. And both arms are nice and level as we look out over the front hand. Bend that front arm, and we're going to rest that forearm onto our thigh. And our left hand is going to reach up and over. And this is an extended side angle. From the tips of your finger down to that ankle, you have a straight line. two. Straighten the front leg. Pop out that back hip so we can reach forward with our hands until you can't reach anymore. And then they come down to your foot into a triangle. Now you can support yourself on your shin if you need to, or you can bring your hand so that it's on the outside of your foot. Our shoulders are stacked on top of each other, and we can look up at our hand or wherever you can hold your balance or the stretch the best. Let's come back up. Go back to our warrior two. Cartwheel both hands down. Low lunge. We'll bring that right foot back to meet the left into a downward facing dog. Shift our weight to our right foot, left foot raises, three-legged dog. Draw that knee into our chest and swing the foot through, rotating the back leg, cartwheeling the arms up. Bending the front arm, we're going to rest that forearm on the thigh so we can reach over for strong extended side angle. Coming back up to warrior two, straighten our front leg, reach forward for our triangle until you come down towards the foot. Keep our shoulders stacked and look up to the right hand if possible. Now using your side here, you don't want to just use momentum or push off. You want to use that core. Come back up and bend that leg to a warrior two. And then we'll cartwheel our arms down to a low lunge. Left foot will come back to meet the right plank. Shift our weight forward, and you're going to lower to your mat. Now, if you are in a half plank, if that's your practice, that's fine too. We're going to lower to the mat. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale back down to the mat. And then we'll press up through your plank. Lift up your hips, downward facing dog. Bend both knees deeply. Look to the top of your mat. Make your way there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Your hands can be either on the earth, maybe on your shins, or even up on your thighs. Maybe you want to do airplane arms today. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. We'll bring our hands to our heart center. Shift everything back down. We'll inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your downward facing dog. Maybe step back with your left foot this time first. Shift your weight to your left foot. Raise that right foot. Knee to chest. Swing the foot all the way through. Shift your back foot. Come up to your warrior two. Down to extended side angle. Now this time you can go to the next level or stay here. If this is already a good stretch for you, just stay here. You can lower that right hand all the way to the earth. And with it, your left hand's going to reach even further forward. Again, using your oblique muscles, you're going to come back up to warrior two. Straighten that leg and go into our triangle. Warrior two. Cartwheel our arms down. Right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Shift our weight to our right foot. Left foot raises, three-legged dog. Knee to chest. Swing the foot all the way through. Shift our back foot. Warrior two on our left side. Left forearm to our left thigh. Extended side angle. And then if you want to try variation two, you are more than welcome. Coming back up to warrior two. Straighten our front leg, reach forward. Coming into triangle. Back up to warrior two. Cartwheel our arms down. Left foot back to meet the right. Vinyasa flow. So we're gonna exhale down to your mat. Inhale up to a cobra. Exhale down. Press through our plank. Downward facing dog. Bend both knees deeply, looking to the top of our mats. Make your way there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Maybe do our Superman arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. And bring our hands to our heart center. Okay, one more time. I know we're going over, sorry. One more level, Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your downward facing dog. Shift your weight to your left foot, right foot raises, three-legged dog. Knee to chest. Swing the foot all the way through. Coming up to warrior two. You can start out at a normal extended side angle. And if you want level two, and again, if you're like, that's as far as I can go tonight, that's fine, that's good. If you want to try the next, it's like the stretch we did in the beginning. This right arm is going to reach around. The left arm will look for that hand. Open up the chest and look for the ceiling. Release the arms. And we're going to come back up, warrior two. Straighten that front arm, triangle. Back up to warrior two. Cartwheel our hands down. And right foot back, downward facing dog. All right, last side, here we go. We can do it. Left foot up. Knee to chest. Swing the foot all the way through. See how low you can go on this warrior two. A regular side angle. See if you can go down to a two maybe. And again, if that's good, you're amazing. If you want to try level three. Left arm, left hand goes under the thigh. Right arm is behind our back. Untwist that bind. We can come back up to our warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Reaching out to a triangle. Using those obliques one more time. Warrior two. Cartwheel the arms down. Left foot comes back to meet the right. Make it a good strong plank. Shift our weight forward. Chaturanga. Lower to your mat. You can lift up to a cobra or an up dog. Press through your plank, downward facing dog. Let's lower both knees to our mat. We'll cross our ankles and shift our way all the way through to come to a seated position. Yay! We made it. Open arms wide. Bring that right arm across and stretch it. Nice and wide. Cross. And wide. Right hand will be up, left hand is going to reach up the back. Open cow face, so reach down as if you're patting yourself on the back. And look for those fingers. Once you have them, try to relax, straighten up. Release. Go to the other side. Good job. All right, we're gonna go ahead and roll down so we can straighten out those legs. Hands pointed out. Tuck the chin as we try not to let those feet rise from our mat. Extend the hands above our head and try to stretch out as long as you possibly can. And then release the hands back to your belly. Draw both feet in towards our sits bones so our knees are bent, our feet are flat. And as we're sitting here comfortably, hopefully, the small of our back is pretty much on the floor, nice and solid. But we're going to tilt the pelvis forward here. The lower part of the pelvis goes forward. And you're going to feel that back seal itself on the mat. Now, once we're here, go ahead and tighten those core muscles. And then release. Tilt the pelvis, tighten the core muscles. And release. One more, tilt, tighten. Release. We might as well do toe taps since we're practicing it. So let's go ahead and tilt and tighten so we're ready to go. First leg is the easy leg. Our second leg is the leg we have to engage. Make sure you're good. All right, and then if you can do 10 toe touches. 1 and 2. You can go at your own pace. Once you've done your 10, you can hold your knees in and just rock. Give yourselves a little massage on your back. Release just the left foot down, so we're still holding our right leg. And we're gonna let both legs fall over to the left side, spreading our arms wide here in a T. We're gonna make sure that both shoulders are anchored. And then go ahead and reach down. See if you can get that left foot in your hand and pull that foot up and then return the shoulder to the earth. Release your bind and roll back onto your back. We're going to go to the other side. So legs can fall over to this side, arms are in a T. You can just stay like this if this feels really good already on your back. If you want to do the bind, that right leg bends up and we reach down with the left hand, holding it up until we can get that shoulder back down. And release. Bring both feet back up, both knees back up, I should say. Planting the feet onto the mat. Walk those feet as close to our sits bones as we can. And we'll begin with the pelvic tilt as we lift the pelvis off of the mat into a supported bridge. Getting all of your weight either on your feet or on your shoulder blades. Tighten those muscles in between like we were doing with our pelvic tilt. And let's go ahead and roll back down one vertebrae at a time. And we'll straighten out first one leg and then the other. Big cleansing breath in and a big cleansing breath out. As we release that, just start letting our muscles relax, feeling yourself grow heavy onto your mat. And from here on out, just start to let go and release our muscles. As we get into the Shavasana portion of our practice, we'll go through first a body scan, and then you'll just relax and lie there in your stillness and quiet for a few moments, all on your own. So we'll start first with relaxing our toes. Feel the relaxation moving through the feet. Allow it to gently climb up the thighs. Releasing the hips so that our legs just roll naturally open ever so slightly. Let go of the core that we've been holding so tight all practice. Just feel yourself melting into the earth. Let go of the hands, letting your fingers curl as they wish. And allow that same sensation to creep through your arms. Breathe relaxation into the shoulders. Release the tension in our neck and the jaw, allowing it to fall open naturally. And release the muscles in the face, pushing all the tension and stress out of the crown of our